So with Jon Jones now officially retired and Tom Aspinall is now the new UFC Undisputed Heavyweight Champion, the UFC owe Tom Aspinall for basically wasting parts of his career for this whole Jon Jones fight that has never happened. So step one into making it up to Tom Aspinall is having a pay-per-view event this year in the UK. Now UFC 320 was meant to be in Mexico, Guadalajara, UFC Noche. Now that's not happening. There is no pay-per-view scheduled for September as UFC Noche is now a fight night in Texas. So let's bring a pay-per-view event to the UK in September. And this is the perfect 5-fight main card to do that. Starting off, opening up the main card, Gene Silva versus Arnold Allen. Absolute banger of a matchup. And this is what I want to start seeing from the UFC. I want the main card opener to be an absolute banger of a matchup. Like, for those who remember, do we remember whenever Gaethje fought Michael Chandler? That set the tone for the card. Everyone was there to watch the main card opener. That set the tone for it. That fight there was insane. One of the best fights of all time. I think this could maybe not deliver like Michael Chandler, Justin Gaethje style, but this stylistically has all the ingredients to be fight of the night. Gene Silva obviously got a massive following from the fight nerds. Arnold Allen, he is from the UK himself, also has a pretty big following. Stylistically, this will be a really fun one. Both really good strikers. This will be a striking matchup. Both hit extremely hard and both have really good chins. Now, I think Gene Silva would beat Arnold Allen, in my opinion. I am slowly coming to terms with the fact that Gene Silva actually is good. Obviously, the AI images of him beating Bryce Mitchell, I forgot about them. You know, they're AI. Let's just move on. He didn't beat Bryce Mitchell. I just can't remember it. I just can't see him beating him. It's AI. But outside of that, you know, beating up Drew Dober the way he done, he's on a pretty impressive win streak right now with a good couple of finishes under his belt. Arnold Allen has been out for a while. He last fought on the last UK card where he beat Giga Chikadze in a pretty close fight. Arnold Allen, Gene Silva, what a way to kick off the main card. And this is the thing with this. You know, people might look at the rest of where I have other matchups on the card and be like, man, Gene Silva, Arnold Allen, that's fucking co-main event worthy, bro. What the fuck is it the main card opener? Let's get everybody in, yeah? Let's lock in. Yeah, let's have great fights to watch. Gene Silva, Arnold Allen, opening up the main card. Also, stipulation for this UK card, I don't want to have it at fucking 4:30 in the morning. Yeah, I don't know what happened to me there. I had a bit of a spasm. I want it at normal UK time. I'm not asking for much. The bare basics. Open up the main card, Gene Silva, Arnold Allen. I think Gene Silva would beat him. Does he beat him by decision? I don't think so. Arnold Allen's tough. I would say decision win for Gene Silva in a very fun fight. Moving on up, we have got Leon Edwards versus Michael Morales. Look, to me, this fight is being rumoured. I think this is the fight to be made next. Supposedly from Twitter. Yeah, that's where I'm getting this info from, in case people get into the comments and go, where's your source, man? How do you know it's being talking about? Twitter, my boy. Yeah, or sorry, X. But this makes sense for the welterweight rankings. Leon Edwards will fall off. Don't let him bully you, son. He got beat by Sean Brady at UFC Fight Night London. I was there. I want an immediate refund from Leon Edwards for that waste of money to go watch that drivel. It was shit. But Sean Brady's probably going to be taking on Ian Gary next. I think this is a fun matchup. Leon, stick him on the UK card. I mean, he's a big name still. People know who he is. Does he always deliver? It doesn't really matter this time. He's not in the main event. Michael Morales does deliver, though. He's undefeated. If he's able to get the name of Leon Edwards on his resume, insane. Absolutely insane. Over 3 rounds as well in a 3-round fight. I think that favours Michael Morales more than Leon Edwards as well. Coming off a big win over Gilbert Burns where he stopped him. But if he's able to beat Leon Edwards and move on to like 19-0, or I think it's 19-0 he would be, he's right in there for a title shot. Easy. Like, he's basically in there for a title fight, if not one win off beating Leon. And if Leon's able to beat the undefeated Michael Morales, who's on an amazing streak right now, then he's right back in title contention. So this fight makes a lot of sense. It does have all the ingredients to be boring, but Michael Morales isn't technically normally a boring fighter. But Leon Edwards, technically, stylistically, logistically, is always a fucking boring fighter, if we're being honest, and I can't pretend anymore. Yeah, Leon Edwards, Michael Morales, that's next up on the card. Moving on, feature fight. Look, you might go Leon deserves to be feature fight, or Gene Silva, Arnold Allen needs to be feature fight. Gene Silva, Arnold Allen's staying as the main card opener because I want a bit of razzmatazz. Yeah, I want something to excite me. Yeah, I want to be able to sit there and go, yo, the fucking main card opener was an absolute banger. Instead of sitting there going, that fight shit, this fight shit, oh, we'll wait. It'll set the tone of the card. Aljamain Sterling, Lerone Murphy. Look, you could do Lerone Murphy versus Gene Silva, Arnold Allen, Aljamain Sterling. Whatever way you want to do it, you can. I just think the way I've done it is just better, to be honest, because we're going to get a really good fight in Arnold Allen versus Gene Silva. And this also could deliver as well. I mean, for Lerone Murphy, he's undefeated right now on a crazy win streak. Just beat Josh Emmett. If he's able to beat the former bantamweight champion in Aljamain Sterling, the second best bantamweight of all time. I know Aljo is coming off a loss, to Movsar Evloev, but that was a very, very close fight that arguably could have went Aljamain Sterling's way, and Movsar Evloev is the best featherweight right now in the division. He's better than Volk in my opinion. I think he beats him. Lerone Murphy, though, this is a real jump up in competition. I know he beat Josh Emmett, but I think Aljamain Sterling is better than Josh Emmett in my opinion, and this would be a really good test to see how good Lerone Murphy's grappling actually is. And if Aljamain Sterling is able to get Lerone Murphy and beat him up in his hometown, Aljamain Sterling's a big name, former champion, just beaten undefeated. I don't even know if you can count him as a prospect anymore because he's that highly ranked and he's that old. Lerone Murphy is pretty up there in age. Then Aljamain Sterling's right back in there as well for a title fight. So this has big fight feels to it, and I just want to see it. Personally, who I think would win? Did I give my prediction on who I think would win the last fight? To be honest, in 3 rounds, I know I'm backtracking here, I think Michael Morales would beat Leon in 3 rounds. Unless Leon understands that he's in a fight, not a fucking sparring session, then he could win. Leon is a really underrated kickboxer in my opinion. Can grapple, although I'm not as confident in his grappling after seeing his last fight. Not because I think he should have been out grappling Sean Brady. I don't think that for a second. Sean Brady's one of the best grapplers right now in the UFC. But the lack of understanding of what he was doing in there, you've just been out grappled by Sean Brady. Your path to victory is on the feet, and then you shoot one of the worst fucking takedowns I've ever seen in my life. So over 3 rounds right now, I would go with Michael Morales. Moving on to this one, I'm going to go Aljamain Sterling. I'm an Aljamain Sterling glazer. I'm just going to hold my hands up and be upfront and frank about it. I think Aljo's good. I really do. He's getting up there in age now. But Lerone Murphy, he's technically a better striker than him. I don't think Aljo's striking is his dog shit as is made out to be. Yes, it's not very technical, but he throws a lot of volume, which then allows him to get in close and get his takedowns off. And I think Aljo at featherweight is extremely strong, and I just favour him to beat Lerone Murphy. Moving on, co-main event. Bruh. I know Paddy says, lads, I don't want to fucking fight till fucking October in Abu fucking Dhabi, and I want fucking Justin fucking Gaethje. And Arman Tsarukyan is the backup fighter to UFC 317. That could mean that he's fighting for the belt next. I don't think so. I think Ilya's going to beat Oliveira, and it's going to cause a lot of problems in the lightweight division, to be honest. This is the fight to make. Fuck Justin Gaethje. He's saying, they owe me a title shot. They owe me a title shot. I've came off a win over Rafael Fiziev, who took the fight on short notice. I deserve a title shot. No, you fucking don't. Hang up the gloves then. If you're going to threaten the UFC, goodbye. See you later, alligator. But this right here, this would be awesome. Paddy Pimblett in... Yeah, I don't care where they do it. London, Liverpool, Manchester. I don't give a fuck. Just somewhere in the UK against Arman Tsarukyan. There's beef between these guys. 5-round co-main event, may I add. The beef between them. I don't really like, Paddy Pimblett's like, lad, you fucking had everything. Fucking handed to you. Fucking everything, bro. Fucking everything. But then, like, now I understand what Paddy's trying to say, but it's like, he could have, like, if his family's really wealthy, like, surely he deserves a lot of respect for still choosing to come into one of the hardest sports in the world and competing at such a high level. No, that might just be me. I don't know. You can let me know in the comments. But this would show who the next number 1 contender is. It's not Justin Gaethje. Paddy versus Arman, a really fun fight. Look, Paddy, I just feel like I can't underestimate the guy anymore. He always delivers. Like, he beat Michael Chandler. I know people will be like, it's Michael Chandler, bro. It's Michael fucking Chandler. He beat Michael Chandler better than Oliveira did, Dustin Poirier did, and Justin Gaethje. He beat him better. Like, he absolutely dismantled Michael Chandler, beat the living shit out of him. I think Arman Tsarukyan is going to beat him, though, with all that being said. Arman Tsarukyan is really good in my opinion. But what a fight this would be. This would be awesome. I'd really like to see this one. And the bad blood, there would be a lot of build-up in it, which would... Because the main event is going to draw a lot of attention as well, but there's not like that big like matchup where someone's going to be... there's going to be a lot of beef, and that's what sells. This would be that. There's going to be a lot of beef between both guys. This would be awesome. Co-main event, I'm taking Arman to win it, though. And finally, main event. Look, with Pavlovich being booked against Wilder Cortez Acosta, this is the fight they're going to do next. Almeida's ranked too low. Volkov's coming off the loss to Cyril Gane. He's not going to get it. Outside of that, this is the matchup. I mean, this is a massive showdown. Also, the UFC Fight Night Paris main event is Imavov versus Baralho. So Gane isn't needed for that. So let's have him in the UK. Tom Aspinall's second title defense. The French fans will travel. In fact, all of the European audience will travel for this card. That's just how good it is. And this is a doable card. I don't want to hear in the comments being like, this is like UFC 300, man. It's never going to happen. It can happen. It will happen. It should happen. Yeah. Tom Aspinall, Cyril Gane. It's the obvious one to make now that Aspinall is going to be fighting John Jones. This is a fight that's been spoken about for a very long time. I think Gane can cause him problems, I'm going to be honest. People might not agree with me on this one, but Cyril Gane is good. Like, if this just stays on the feet, I think it's a difficult matchup for Tom Aspinall. People might go, well, tied to Ivasa dropped Cyril Gane, bro. So what do you think Tommy Aspinall is going to do? I don't know what the switch up in accent was there. I turned into Jubilee there. And Joe Jubilee, do not redeem. But back to this fight. If it stays on the feet, this is a tough fight for Tom Aspinall, because Cyril Gane's movement's really good, and he is also a very good striker. Really, really good, actually, and will match Tom in speed. Maybe not early on because Tom's so explosive, but Cyril Gane is fast. And we don't know how Tom Aspinall is going to look in the later stages of the fight. Like, if he can't get Cyril Gane out of there early, Cyril Gane could pick it up and just out-tit for tat him and beat him. Although I suspect Tom Aspinall to really mix up his grappling in there and probably submit Cyril Gane. That would be my prediction. Submission win for Tom Aspinall. Arman Tsarukyan beats Paddy by decision. Aljo beats Lerone Murphy by decision. Michael Morales either late round stoppage or decision win over Leon Edwards. And Gene Silva decision win. Look, a lot of decisions it sounds like on this card, but they're very good fights that are always going to deliver. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think? And as always, thanks for the support. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And I'll see you all again in the next one.